Right, so I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I thought I've seen a lot of these videos floating around of people reacting to r/AITA, and it's past the 8 seconds, so I hope YouTube will let me say the actual subreddit r/am I the arsehole. So basically what this is people will post situations they've been in and ask other people on Reddit or in the subreddit whether they are the arsehole in that situation or not. So what I thought I would do is, because I've seen a lot of videos floating around of YouTubers that I watch basically giving their 2 cents on these situations, I wanted to do the same. I wanted to come in here, and hopefully these aren't ones that people have seen before. But I wanted to talk about a few of them that I think would be fun. So the first one is: am I the throwing myself into the pool during a house tour while trying to establish myself as a man? My 16M or 16 male father, 47 male, is looking to relocate us into a new residence. The process has facilitated by the process was facilitated by the coincidence that one old friend of his was simultaneously looking to sell his current house in order to move to the old continent. Old continent, I don't know what that means. He was supposed to come with me to a tour, but had to drop out. I was then accompanied by my brother, 26M. He does not longer live with us on a permanent basis, but he is more than a recurrent presence. The house owner didn't find time to be there, so his duties were relegated into his only daughter, 18F Molly. Why do you need to name? Okay. Having already met her a few occasions, but never having the chance to talk to her in a significant way, I must confess that I have found myself in the past thinking about her in romantic ways, and couldn't prevent being infuriated by her lovely appearance at that moment, or infatuated by her. Okay, so it sounds like you just got a crush on this Molly woman. I mean, I count myself frustrated by the intrusive presence of my brother, who monopolised the opportunities for conversation with this young lady. Oh dear, I think I see what's going on here. Filling the empty house with his loud voice and unknowingly shaming me into silence. Molly explained she is not following her parents in their new European destination because of her intention of attending college here in our country. While showing us the big outdoor pool of the property, she talked about how the sorority house she was going to live in was very nice, but didn't have a pool like the one in the house we were touring. My brother interceded, saying that he would give her his number and she could call him whenever she wanted to use her old pool. She laughed and told him that she would in fact take his word on that in the future. I decided that the only available way to assert my status was to dominate my brother in front of Molly, and was presented with a clear opportunity, pushing him into the pool. I was sadly too slow and lost the element of surprise that would have been central in my idea of pushing a physically bigger person. He moved fast outside of my reach, and I saw myself falling into those cursed waters. Molly offered me towels to dry my body and seemed very confused by my actions. She didn't identify my intentions towards my brother, and she assumed that it was just a weird accident of destiny. The way he's wording this is very weird. The way this is being worded is very, very strange. my brother, who did clearly realize the intentional nature of my failed attempt, remained silent of those facts in front of her. He did not speak to my father of what happened, and both of them are very mad at me. Okay. Neither of them realized the ultimate reasons behind my actions and explained everything as a childish prank that went wrong. I feel very embarrassed because now they can both freely express their anger towards my person, and I have to remain mostly silent in my defense, not wanting to fully expose my truth. I think that having the full context, you all would agree that in this interpersonal conflict, I found myself with my brother. I am not the asshole. I don't think you're in that situation. You're just a bit of an idiot, really. Not necessarily an asshole, but an idiot. Because you could have just talked to your brother and said, "Hey, I've got a crush on this Molly person. Maybe, be a good brother and either A, facilitate me getting to know her, or B, don't actively flirt with her in front of me. And B, after the situation of you pushing yourself into a pool, that I think that is just childish, not necessarily asshole behavior, but childish behavior, definitely. And B, just tell the truth. I think a lot of these in this subreddit just boil down to just tell the truth. 'Cause no, you're not an asshole. You got jealous because your brother was talking to someone that you like, right? That's human. That's a human emotion. You have the right to feel that way. But the response that you gave was childish, and the correct thing to do would have been just say that you have feelings for Molly and want to have a conversation with her. Don't chuck your brother into a pool. And that whole, while trying to establish myself as a man, I think a lot of the wording in this kind of makes it look like you're the asshole. I've just seen here, apparently this is fake. It looks like this is fake. And this guy's getting dunked on because it's worded like he's 6. I think the guy is just not very mature, and I think if this is real, at the age of 16, this is probably the response that you would have, when you're jealous of your older brother getting the female attention that you crave. This is probably the response that you're going to have at 16. You don't have the emotional intelligence to kind of just say, "Hey, I'm interested." You want to kind of be that alpha male, and I think you learn later in life that some situations you don't. This all seems very much like it was definitely written by a 16-year-old, and this is the behaviour of a 16-year-old. Not an asshole, but childish and immature, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for refusing to tell my boyfriend whenever something has to be done in the house? Okay, what is this all about? I, F24, have been living with my boyfriend M26 for 6 months. I work full time. My boyfriend doesn't. TLDR, I do 90% of the chores. My boyfriend is willing to help me, but wants me to tell him whenever something has to be done. I don't agree with this, so he called me an asshole. Am I the asshole? Issue, since we started living together, I've done 90% of the chores. I have complained to my boyfriend a few times, telling him I would really appreciate if he could help me, and that I would like to come back from work to a clean house. My boyfriend has always been willing to help. The issue is that he wants me to tell him whenever I want him to do something, aka he wants me to tell him when I want him to cook, clean, etc. A few weeks ago, I started cleaning our apartment on the weekend. I was pretty pissed as I had a very long and stressful week of work. During the week, a pile of dirty clothes had been piled up, and a bunch of dirty dishes were in the kitchen. I was pissed that my boyfriend stays at home all day and didn't clean neither the dishes nor the dirty clothes. While I was cleaning, my boyfriend came to me and told me he was angry that I didn't tell him I was cleaning. So because I didn't tell him, he wasn't able to help me. I broke down, told him I can't always tell him what to do, and that I'm not his mother, and that he should be autonomous at his age. After all this, he called me an asshole and said I don't know how to communicate. At the end of this incident, I was also pretty sick. We had nothing in the fridge. I didn't have time during the week to do grocery shopping, as I had been doing 9 to 7 all week at work. After our fight, I went to take a nap, as I had a lot of fever. I woke up in the morning to my BF being pissed because he was hungry and complaining there was no food in the fridge. I asked him why he didn't go grocery shopping and cook something, and he said that he didn't think of doing that, and that I should have told him that I wanted him to go buy us food. I broke down again, and another fight started. I told him that he couldn't blame me for being hungry when I'm already doing all the chores and feel sick. Again, he called me an asshole. He said that he is 100% willing to help. I need to tell him what to do. I don't agree with the fact that I should tell him whenever I want him to do something, and because of that, my boyfriend thinks I'm the asshole. So dear Redditors, am I the asshole? Edit. I did try to ask him what to do once. An evening I asked him to do the laundry the next day. He said he will do it and also go buy a few groceries the next day. I came back home the next day. He hadn't done the laundry nor the grocery shopping. After that, we got into a fight and I stopped asking him to do things. I think you need to break up with this person. Just to put not the asshole, 100% not the asshole. He's the asshole. I'm probably gonna get into some trouble with YouTube for how many times I say asshole, but you are not in that situation. At 26, he should know when to do grocery shopping. Like, this just seems like someone who's taking advantage. To be 100% honest, it seems like someone who just, he seems super lazy. I don't want to be in that situation, because some people who just kind of feel like they're not doing anything or feel like they're working on autopilot just you know, say, yeah, I'll do this, but then don't do it and feel like they don't have the energy all day. I'm kind of writing my own narrative here, but some people that have the behavior that your boyfriend is having, sometimes they have depression. I think I don't want to question like your boyfriend's mental health, because this kind of behavior is something that, like, it's not your job to babysit. It's not your job to kind of say, and it's not your job to baby and to talk to a 26-year-old like they're a child. And you shouldn't have to treat your 26-year-old boyfriend like a child. There should be already that kind of awareness from his point of view that, yeah, maybe I should go do some grocery shopping if the freezer's empty and my girlfriend has been at work all day. Maybe I should do that. If I have the free time to do stuff while my girlfriend's at work, then yeah, I should do at least some of that housework. This kind of thing here, like having you shouldn't have to tell someone every single detail of what you want them to do. Stuff that should be obvious, right? So yeah, I think definitely 100% you are not the asshole here. He is. And I want to kind of to play devil's advocate, it does seem like the behavior of someone who has depression. So I think, like, maybe have that conversation. Maybe don't call out your boyfriend and say, I think you might be depressed, but I think call out his behavior as being that of someone who is like having a hard time mentally, maybe. And then if it's pretty much just because he expects you to talk to him like a baby, and then if he's not doing the things he said he will be doing if you ask him to, then maybe you just kind of have to, you know, let him go and look for someone else. I don't want to be the guy that's kind of interrupting in someone's relationship, but yeah, just maybe he's like really good in other aspects of the relationship, but like you don't need to be a child. Like, you don't need to be babied at 26. You should know like when the washing needs to be done. You should know, like, there's a stack of plates on the side. There's no one else to wash them. So you wash them, kind of thing. There's laundry. There's no one else in the house. Your wife is ill. Do the fucking laundry. You know, there's nothing in the freezer. Your wife is ill. You're hungry. Go get something from the corner shop at least. You know, don't like have a go at your ill girlfriend for not telling you to do the shopping when you know that there's shopping that needs to be done, kind of thing. Like, no, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. That's gonna do it for today. We got 2 done. If you liked this and you want to see more, I know we did 2 that were not the asshole. I want to do one of the crazy ones. I know there's like one of the there's like the crazy picky eater ones. But yeah, I wanna do a couple more of these. But I've got to see how this video does. Let me know what you thought of this video, and let me know in the comments if you think that either of these two are the asshole, if you disagree with me that either of these two are the asshole. I don't think either of them are. I think the first one is just kind of a childish response, not necessarily asshole, but kind of immature. And this one, definitely not. Either your boyfriend's got depression and you need to kind of sort that out. That's the only kind of like the only kind of like credit that I can give your boyfriend on that. Or B, you're in an emotionally abusive relationship, you need to get out. Either one of those two. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, which should be the 4th part of the Cobra Kai playthrough. I will see you guys then. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.